Hey guys, my name is Gordon Maston, and welcome to the DIY Wrestling Podcast for September the 6th, 2017. Now, tonight, Lucha Underground, as usual, this show does nothing but spectacular things. And tonight was just absolutely great. I mean, there was one little match that just was like whatever to me, but like it was just whatever in a sense of like, not even in the sense of like I hated this, just in a sense of like what else is on the show tonight. Like I looked past this and looked forward to whatever else is on, because like this is one of those things where it's like the first match in tonight's show was just like meh, where the rest of everything was like yes. Now, before we get started here, I do want to say to anybody who's out in Florida, I hope you're safe. I hope you're getting shelter. I hope any and everybody out there is not like just like staying around and like just like hoping that everything will be better eventually, because that's honestly not the way to go about it. And we I just hope everybody in Florida is safe, because that's a situation where it's just like you do not need to stay out there and endure that shit. It's just you just do not need to stay out there and endure that. So I'm honestly wishing everybody the best. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys evacuate. Do the best you can to stay safe. Maybe find some shelter where it's like you guys aren't in this. It's not that harmful. I don't want anybody's life to drastically change while this situation is going on, because as I just looked up, I believe Jacksonville and Miami are getting hit the hardest with this thing, and I I want no one to get hurt. And if I talk to anybody and I talk wrestling with them, and subscribed or not, even it being Twitter, I just hope people stay safe. I really do, and I hope you guys make it through this. I don't want anybody's life to drastically have to change, where it's just like it becomes depressingly bad. I want people to stay alive, and I want people to actually be, safe and secure. So let's get off with the negative, dwelling on the hurricane or tornado, whichever one of those is going toward Florida, and get back to the positive. Lucha Underground, and back to the negative. This first match did nothing for me. Like, it was solid. There was nothing really wrong with it. It was Mac versus Drago, and just Drago, I'm just not into him at all. I'm sorry. I'm just like, he's an older competitor. He's like early 40s. I'm just not into him. Like, I just haven't really like ever really been in the Drago. Like, there was the Nunchukos, or however they pronounce nunchucks. That nunchuck match with him and Aerostar versus Jack Evans and PJ Black. I was into that. Otherwise, not really much. I've been into Drago, and like the Jack Evans feud. Honestly, anything Drago's done with Jack Evans, I've been into practically, because that's where Jack Evans really kicked it into high gear in last year's Lucha Underground. So up next. Oh, wait, not up next. I'm sorry. Drago gets the win with the whip of the dragon's tail, or whatever he calls it. Gets the 1, 2, 3, and then we move on to the Mac giving Drago a stunner for the match, because he's unhappy about the way the match went down with the Cobra Moon interference. And then he's about to give the Queen a stunner. And as he's about to give the Queen a stunner, the rest of the Reptile Tribe runs out. Whatever you want to really call them there. Reptile Tribe, Snake Tribe, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Reptile, because Drago is a dragon, obviously, and the rest of them are just serpents. Serpent Tribe. There you go. Serpent Tribe. I can't really go with that. Whatever, man. Point being, we move forward to Pendar and Vibara coming out. Vibara just with this giant, amazing looking visual chokeslam on Mac, and that practically ends it. So, I mean, nothing to really get excited about here. I just need to see more of these two in the ring. I know what Drago can do. I know what I'm getting there. If someone were to ask for an evaluation of Drago, I can tell you what you're getting. It isn't really much. And, I mean, that's pretty much that. So, yeah. Okay, so next we have Dario Cueto's announcement. And this would be that next week is the 100th CN episode of Lucha Underground, which next week's episode is literally called CN, for those who did not know. This is something I honestly can't wait for. I really want to know what they have planned for next week, and I'm really interested to see where they go with this. Well, we know what they have planned for next week because we get these matches announced. Pentagon Dark versus Dragon Azteca Jr. We get Rey Mysterio versus Matanza, and we get an Atomicos match between Johnny Mundo, Taya, PJ Black, and Ricky Mandel. Why can't Jack be healthy? Oh God, I feel like Jack Evans missed. Well, he practically did miss all of this season with the fucking injury. Like, he did things here and there. They tried to get him in the ring as best they could. They tried to do the most they could with him. Jack Evans had his jaw wired shut for a long ass time. And if Lucha Underground does not come back in the fall, kick. Ah! I'm calm. No. I'm calm. I'm calm. All right. But against Prince Puma's team, Puma can choose anybody he wants. World Underground versus Puma's team, anybody he wants. That's who he can choose. Okay. So we're going to move forward here, and we're going to get who was next. Who was next? What was next? Oh yeah. Dario calls Ray out, basically tells him, "You're going to leave because I don't want you interfering in my brother's match because Matanza will be having a match, and that match is later tonight." And he's like, "You don't leave, I'll stop. I'll cancel Azteca's match. Actually, no, better yet, you don't leave. I'll fire El Dragon Azteca Jr." And because of the mentor-mentee relationship between Ray and Azteca, Ray gladly, well, not gladly, but Ray leaves because his hand was forced by Dario, and an authority figure actually has a role in making somebody leave without, I don't know. Ray didn't come back. That's the moral of the story. But Ray is gone for the night. Matanza will have his match. But up next is the 5-0 street fight. And holy shit. This was not technically sound wrestling at all. This was not, your masterpiece, your New Japan masterpiece, your standard, this is going to be great type of WWE main event, which is like, there's no knock on any of those things. This was just a really fun street fight, which I felt had to deliver. And if it didn't, we'd be dealing with problems and issues because this match, they were literally set up to deliver. Like, you get the stereotypical street fight. Any other promotion was like, oh yeah, it's the kind of street fight. Like, if we get the gimmicked out street fight, like, oh, it's this kind of gimmicked out street fight. Like, yeah, WWE will put like pumpkins and like Christmas trees and all that shit outside the ring. But no. This is the gimmicked out kind of shit we get, right? So it's basically WWE, not WWE. Lucha Underground brings a police car outside. Like, they'd be like, "Do not cross the line," kind of shit out, so they make sure they don't go anywhere. They have coffee and donuts. They have tasers. They have mace. They have all kinds of shit. Joey Ryan just had a bunch of shit done to his dick in this match, and any other content, in any other circle, that just sounds so wrong. But when you talk about wrestling and Joey Ryan, it's just right. And that's weird as fuck to say, but it's just right. But this is match of the fucking night by far. This match. Oh my god, this was great. Cortez Castro to go ahead and get the win. This doesn't. If you're gonna ask me if this changes either of these, like, my opinion, either of these guys at the end of the day, no, not really. Excuse me. But what this does for Cortez Castro is earns him a gold medallion for the Gift of the Gods match. Do I think he will win Gift of the Gods? That's a great joke. No, he will not. But either way, had a lot of fun with this. This is really good for what it was and what it was presented as. The presentation was just out of this world for this shit. And we move forward to another match. By the way, no cinematics tonight. All matches. And that has to be like that's rarity for Lucha Underground, right? So up next, we're gonna move on to Matanza, the return of the monster Matanza Cueto versus the Rabbit Tribe, and they do the whole thing where they skip around you and hold your hands and do the whole rabbit dance and all that shit. And while that's all fun, fine, and good, the Rabbit Tribe put on a really compelling match with Matanza. I define this as like not like really good, but something once again that really entertained the shit out of me. All of them were in the ring at once because you can't buy one-on-one with Matanza like tagging. Like it just doesn't work, and this works perfectly. The drop kick spot was pretty cool. The super kick spot where they just kept feeding super kicks was pretty cool. All the striking spots were pretty cool. The dancing around him was really really fun. And then Matanza just picking him apart at the very end and just like killing him was absolutely great. So London, Saltador, and I had all three of these guys. I can't even fucking remember. God damn it! I had this. See, this is the funny thing. This is the second time I'm recording this, and I got all three of their names when I first fucking did this shit. When I first did it, I got all three of their names. This is like a fucking trope at this point. Gordon does not remember all three members of the Rabbit Tribe. Saltador, London, and well, I always remember London, but Saltador and what's his face? I will never fucking remember, and I'll probably remember when it doesn't even really matter. But the thing is, Matanza gets the win here, and yeah. Well, four members, if you want to include Mascarita, who is the uncrowned god of the Rabbit Tribe, because he will not accept the crown. That's why he's uncrowned. They tried to crown him, but he won't accept it. But I love the fact that the Rabbit Tribe has found their place in Lucha Underground. Like, wins and losses don't mean shit to them now. And it's not like to them, wins and losses don't mean anything. It's just like wins and losses, the way they're booked, don't mean much, even though they do hold 3 medallions for the gift of the gods. Excuse me. Even though they hold 3 medallions for the gift of the gods, I don't know. But like, when wins and losses eventually do begin to mean something to them, I feel like they're going to take over the world. But in this role they have now, where they're just like the enhancement guys who put on really good matches. Well, not really. They put on fun matches. Like, that's the best way to put it. Like, they're really fun matches that keep you entertained throughout the entire way. You can't ask for any more than that in the position they're put in, because most guys in the position they're in are just like, oh, okay, let's get this loss out of the way for them and just move on to the bigger narrative in this entire show or the story. You actually enjoy when the Rabbit Tribe pops on TV, and you're intrigued with what they're doing, like by the match they're in usually. All right, so I guess we can move on here. Up next, we move to Prince Puma in the middle of the ring. Leads to Johnny Mundo coming out to have a promo exchange, and leads to Johnny telling Puma, you have, a lot on the line. Well, I have a lot on the line here with the title. I need something that means as much to you. You know what? Your mask. Cueto comes out and says, you know what, Johnny? We're already doing mask versus title, mask versus, a mask match at Ultimate Lucha. I like the idea, I really do, but what we're going to do is title versus career. So Puma loses, his career is gone. He strikes Johnny with a flying knee strike or with like a one-legged lariat, something like that. I think it was a knee. And he just basically tells Johnny, you're on, I'll accept it. After Vampiro's like telling him, please don't do it, 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 right? So, I don't know. I guess that's basically the way you could just say it's hopefully for me, Vamonos Puma. I said Vamonos Puma. Hopefully he doesn't win a title, because if he wins the title at Ultima Lucha and Lucha Underground really put the title back on him after he wants to leave, and I believe, they say he's gone after the season, that would just be like a huge train wreck. So, there's that. Otherwise, that was that for Lucha Underground. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Remember, if you did, leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of that Lucha Underground to my channel. Lucha Underground, go to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. See you! I just did not click off. Take 2. See you.